Sudanya Malik, please don't take it personally. Please don't take it personally. Sudanya Malik.
As a kid, I loved playing with cooking toys and sometimes ventured in the real kitchen. I was 3 or 4 years old, and naturally, the stovetop was much more higher than my own height. But every time I saw a cooking pan on top of the stove, I would grab the nearest vegetable, run, jump, and try to throw the vegetable into the pan like a basketball. My parents heavily revolted against the act, and that was the start and end of my basketball career. As I grew taller and older, I was allowed to cook. And by my late teens, I was on full-on experimentation mode. And my parents, my guinea pigs. One such summer afternoon, I made rice and lentil stew. I poured it in a bowl and brought it to my mom. My mom looked into the bowl and then straight into my eyes. She said, "You want to kill me." At this point, you might be thinking that Sudhanya cooks so horrible that her mom is scared of yet another experiment of her. I wish it was true. As my mom continued to look deep into my eyes with her highest conviction, she said, "I know you have mixed poison in the food, and you want to kill me." Dear Toastmasters and guests, my mother suffers from bipolar disorder. Her mood swings from hyper, where she can be verbally aggressive, to depressed, where she can physically harm herself due to sadness. She trusts no one in the world and feels threatened that everyone is going to harm her, especially her own family members. It's caused by a chemical imbalance in the brain, but 17-year-old me could not perceive this logic. My heart was broken into pieces. But that day, I realized something important. I knew what my mom said is not true. I'm not a killer. And hence, maybe, perhaps, those aggressive words used in the past years might not be true either. Maybe I'm not that bad person. And that realization was the start of a decade-long suffering. I call it the why me phase. You know, when you feel why so much injustice happened to only you, the only person on earth. I exuded pain, anger, resentment, bitterness, unconsciously hurt others, and that led me to a phase of depression. And for the first time in my life, I could taste the tiny bit of what my mom might be suffering. And I was like, holy shit, I don't want to go further in these dark terrains. And that's when I shifted all my energy from going outward to going inward. I onboarded my own reparenting journey to look into my wounds and forgive myself, to look into my mother's wounds and to forgive her, and to truly believe that those unkind words were never meant for me, that I'm loved, safe, and worthy. But let me tell you that the journey has not been smooth so far. And there are days I feel shaky and I want to slip into this coziness of victimhood. But for those days, I have a mantra. I tell myself out loud so that my heart and my brain are in sync. And I tell them, Sudhanya, please, please don't take it personally. Please don't. And I know that I am not alone in this journey. We all are hurt by our loved ones, intentionally or unintentionally. You might feel truly wronged. But let me take this moment, this very moment, to give you a sonder nudge and to remind you that whenever, whoever hurts you or is unkind to you, please, please don't take it personally. Please don't. Because that's how we can stop passing the baton of suffering from one generation to the other. That's how we can stop the ripple effect of this global mental health epidemic. At least that's how I resumed my passion for cooking after 2 long decades. And rice and lentil stew are back on the menu. Thank you.
Thank you.